Hey everybody, this is going to be a complete tutorial on the Tascam D-008EX, so let's get right to it. Okay, first things first, put your card in and turn your machine on. And what'll happen is, as it boots up, if it's a card that's like brand new that you just bought, it's going to say your card's invalid, so you need to format it. Just say yes, and it'll format it for the Tascam. If it's the card that came with the Tascam, it's going to already be all set, and there's going to be one song on it. And that's what's going to happen right now. As this thing formats, it's going to put a song on it, and we're going to create another song because you want to have more than one song on there. All right, so let's see what we got. Press menu, song, load, head over, and there you go. You got one song loaded. All right, I want to put another one on here because you can't delete a song unless you have two songs. So let's go ahead down here and create a new song. So we'll go down, toggle the jog wheel down to create, and let me zoom in here. All right, and go over, and there's the letters up there, and just use the jog wheel, and you can change the letters, obviously. And I'm going to go back to S here and just go over. And to go over, you just use the fast forward button. And I'm going to go ahead all the way over and just name this one Song 3 for brevity's sake, so you don't have to watch me spinning wheels here. All right, so Song 3, execute. And then it'll create that song. And the song you're creating, when you create a song, it immediately makes it the active song. So if we go home here, what we're recording right here, as you're going to see if we go back in the menu, load, you're going to see that that's the active song by the asterisk next to it. See that? That's how you know what song you're working on. All right, so now let's get into inputs. All right, this might seem a little confusing at first, but it's really not that bad. Okay, the AB thing here just means that 1 and 2 are A and B, 3 and 4 are A and B, 5 and 6 are A and B, because you can only record 2 tracks at one time, so it just defaults to that. You can change that, but you generally won't. All right, now this is the important part, the input settings, okay? So on A, we've got internal mic, and that's the small capsule condensers on the front. And then the next thing you go to is the mic line, and that's going to be the 1/4-inch jacks on the back, okay? And then the next thing you go down to is just external input, and that's the XLRs on the back, okay? All right, so now you're probably saying, is this real life? All right, let's put this together and make some of this make sense. All right, so you've loaded your card in, and you've formatted it, and you've created your song, and you're ready to record, okay? And we know about the assignment, which you don't really mess with that much unless you want to, and then the input settings. All right, so let's say we want to record right now out of these front-facing condenser mics. We're just going to record some. All right, so we would go into input settings and make sure we're set for internal mic, because that's these internal mics. And I got it on low. I already tested it, so I know where the levels are at just to save a little bit of time. So when you want to go down to the B one, you just hit AB and set up B. So that would be the left or the right one, and that's also on low. So I'll record a stereo recording right now. So they're all set up, and as you'll see, the levels are, they're not quite where they need to be. I need to turn that up just a little tiny bit, but not too much more because it'll jump up. And there you go. I'm about 18 inches from those mics because I'm behind another microphone and I'm looking at a monitor. So, but anyway, we're set there. So in order to record this, what you need to do is, as you just saw me do, is set the levels up here. These are the trim knobs. These are the gain knobs, if you will. These are the ones that dictate how much level. If these ones down here are for you to monitor and listen, they're just faders. And if they were down all the way, then signal would still print to the card if you recorded right now. You just wouldn't be able to hear what you're monitoring. And they're also for mixing later on after you've recorded tracks to get the relative levels together for your mix. And that's it. So, but like if you were really doing this right now, you'd have your headphones on and you'd have these up so you could hear them, obviously. And so the first thing you do is obviously arm your track. So I arm 1 and 2, and very simply just hold down the record button and hit play. Okay, so now I'm recording, and I'm making your first recording. And then hit stop when you're done. That's a good idea. And if you notice, on the rewind button here, you've got RTZ, that's return to zero. So if you want to go all the way back to the beginning, hit stop and then just watch the counter up there. Hit RTZ, boom, and it goes all the way back to zero. So it's just a quick way to get you back to. And then if you're done, that's fine. Just unarm these, and you can start doing track 3 and track 4, and you're moving your way down the line and continuing. If you don't like it, you can undo, and we're going to go into undo in depth, so don't worry about it. If I didn't like that, though, right now, I can just hit undo, and you'll notice it says undo is executed, and now that's been undone. There's nothing on there now, and you notice it stays red. We'll get into that more later, though. All right, so I'm going to just redo. All right, so now it's back. Oh, it's back. And you made your first recording. That's how you would do it. So we're on our way here. All right, things you need to know about the external inputs. We'll start with the line inputs. They're the 1/4-inch jacks on the back. And you get to those by going into input settings and go to external input line. And on the input A, you'll notice there's a mic line guitar option. And what it does is it changes the impedance on the input for guitars and a lot of keyboards and every cheap karaoke mic. They're all usable. You can plug those in. They use a 1/4-inch plug, and what happens is with the normal impedance for the line, it has a tendency to crush the top end. So if you notice that you're losing top end or it sounds muffled or whatever, then go ahead and switch from the regular mic line to the guitar setting, and it should straighten that out, hopefully. All right, so now, next, XLR inputs. I'm sure you're familiar with these. They're the 3-pin balanced inputs that you would normally see on a mic, and you go into input settings and go to external input to get to that. And you'll see them on professional microphones everywhere, and also we'll be using those for coming out of mixers and stuff in future videos. And in videos I've already done, you've seen it in there. So I'm going to put this video up, and I'm going to timestamp all the functions so that they're easy to look up. So when you need to know something about a particular function on the Tascam, it'll be there. And if you go to my home page on YouTube, look for playlists, hit on playlists, and I'll put a playlist for D-008EX complete tutorial. And we'll all have basically an encyclopedia, which I'm sure I'll be referring to because I forget stuff, and be able to, pick out whatever thing you need to know how to do. And that should be pretty cool. So that's it for this one. See you guys.